Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for today.
Divine Dabblings with
Me,
Oberon
and Banshee. Sorry, we're just feeling kind of giddy here. We dodged another storm bullet. Storms all around us, but we managed to sneak by.
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
We
Don't
sure
think there's
hope so.
any more expected for a little while now.
All right.
So I feel like I won the lottery. I don't know. I didn't, but I feel like it.
Storms are not welcome.
Well, especially when they're talking about like tennis ball size hail and stuff like that.
It wasn't that big, but we did have a little hail.
Some people had, I think they said golf ball to almost tennis ball size. So we did not. We had little pea-sized hail very briefly.
So welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to our moderator, Violet Lotus. Thank you always.
Hey, Mary the Aries. Of course, you can be added.
We're going to have our collective draw before we start the readings.
And today, I don't know why, I decided to use this cute.
I wouldn't
little-
mind them if the basement didn't occasionally flood if it's
Yeah.
a really lot of rain.
I mean, garden variety thunderstorms are great. I like them. But we don't see everybody's getting these deluges of dumpings of rain and, nightmarish kind of stuff. I'm a little worried about that. But
So it's
anyway,
the New Orleans Oracle deck
yes, it's a
by
cute
Fatima Aboj.
little deck. I'm using for the collective today. We had a nice couple of downpours and they weren't excessive. All right, hey, I love this. Is a beautiful card. I think Violet Lotus will like it.
Sunny.
Sunny, hey, out of the camera view. Excuse us.
Self-care.
Self-care with a nice lotus in the background there, I think.
A violet lotus.
Sunny's leaving, but don't worry, he'll be back. What number is that card, Mr. O?
19.
19. Oh, my birthday. All right, abundance. What? No, that's not right.
Self-care, 19.
Really?
Figure it out.
Oh my gosh, the book is wrong.
We're canceling self-care.
What the heck? I hope she has a table.
Maybe you have the wrong book.
No. And I definitely don't have the wrong deck in there. That is just the strangest thing. And unfortunately, she doesn't have a table of contents, so what?
Babble about self-care while I look.
Okay.
Come on.
He's so pushy. You know what, Mr. O, look at the number again. It's number 12. Hand it back.
No, it's not.
She's got kind of a flair with the numbers there.
I have a flair with being wrong. Or right.
Number 12. Hey, Mr. O, it is time to put your focus on taking care of yourself in the most basic ways. Pampering yourself with a long bath, taking extra care about the food you put in your body, getting enough rest, and simply taking some time for yourself is recommended right now. You are close to running on empty, and it is taking a toll on you more than you realize. Sometimes self-care can be as simple as learning when to say yes or no at the right moment, based on how you feel. Take this time to care for yourself and notice how quickly things start to fall into place in a much more effortless way. Self-care is so important, and it's so something we don't do. We'll rush, quick, take a shower. And even people, if you take a bath instead of a rush, quick, take a bath. Who has time anymore for taking care of you? Make that time. Make that time. It is incredibly crucial. Right? Okay, all right. It is beautiful, Violet. Thought you'd like it. All right, let's roll on. I also have the Dreamweaver's Oracle and the Oracle of Portals here, if anybody wants an Oracle reading instead. Now today, before we move any further, just a reminder, we're still spinning the wheel, correct? And as soon as we get a winner, if we get a winner on the show, we'll stop. But it's for a free 5-card reading from us, a video reading. We'll send you a link to. Just let us know on your turn if you want a spin of the wheel. All right? So let's get rolling. And we are on, I believe it is, Libra Cusp.
What hidden messages does Libra Cusp need to know?
Okay. I like the colors of the deck. I think it's a good time to use that New Orleans deck. So I decided to bring it back out. I've been attending a 3-day webinar with Denise Lynn from Hay House, who's done some amazing work over the years. I have quite a few of her oracle decks and books. So it's just such a joy. She gave such great little mini meditations, and it was just awesome.
Are we doing the 3-card?
Yeah. Oh, what's coming towards? Is it just what's coming towards?
What hidden message do I need to know?
Oh, we definitely want the 3-card then, yes. And I am not cutting these.
Well, thank you, Mr. Maurice.
Aww.
Appreciate that.
You're very welcome, Mr.
Extra value. All right. What hidden message do you need to know? And it's the 5 of Swords upright.
Good grief, Libra.
Well, you may need to know that there are some strifeful conditions that are coming towards you. So obviously you may not be aware of them if this is coming up this way. It seems to be the kind of situation that's going to be really hard to see a winner. It's kind of like nothing really resolves a question or an argument that could be going on.
Well, to me, the hidden message is that maybe you aren't aware of this, Libra. But if it's you, you might be aware. If it's somebody else, you're not. But even sometimes, we don't realize sometimes that we are harboring some angry or resentful feelings deep inside.
Ooh.
And I almost feel here, since this is the hidden message, and this is what it is, that maybe it's about anger issues that you or somebody else is harboring deep inside. And these things can explode. So if you sense something is off in your relations with someone or some people, maybe if you can gently try to approach it and see what's going on, or if you even feel this is inside of you, it's time to resolve it before it gets out of control. But let's see what this says. Why is this important?
So, next card, why is this important? And it's the reversed 9 of Cups.
Well, because it could thwart your ability to achieve your goals, basically. So, don't let anger issues or resentments or arguments, over things that just seems like nobody's ever going to win, get in the way of, your goals and your dreams and your desires. We only live once, and so let's try to make it good.
In many ways, the 9 of Cups reverse just really talks about unhappiness. It talks about not being able to achieve your heartfelt desires. And so it's important that you resolve or understand the hidden anger in yourself or the hidden anger in somebody else, because this may have a big impact on happiness.
And so where are things heading?
The Two of Coins, upright. So it is headed towards maybe a sense of settling the matters, finding a way to find the balance, or where the compromise or consensus point may happen to be. So that's good.
Maybe a truce can come out of this, if it's handled properly. So, you've got some hard, dark cards here, these two, the Nine of Wands is just disappointment and unhappiness and setbacks to your goals. That makes it kind of hard. So, but that is showing that maybe there can be a truce, again, and things can feel a little bit better. The pressure's eased. But you know what? It still indicates to me that you're going to have to, make sure everything is okay and work this out and keep working on it if it is something that, needs to play out over time.
Right. The Two of Pentacles is really, you have to work to get that balance.
So interestingly enough, Mr. O, I pulled
Clover from the Lenormand.
And
the birds.
The clover is for the birds. No, the clover is good because it indicates here there is luck in communications. If you manage this right, if you're open and upfront about your own feelings, Libra, if this is something within you, or even if it is with somebody else, everybody needs to be open and upfront. You need to listen to one another and you need to communicate. And I feel here there is luck in communicating and expressing this and getting it out. Just getting it out and making sure if you feel it's somebody else who's holding back, that they get it out and let you know what they're feeling.
In Lenormand, the second card influences the first one, so clearly it's what Banshee says. Finding ways or just making sure you work on communication will bring luck to the situation, will bring luck towards that resolution. So that's what we have, Libra.
Hey, Libra, good luck with that. All right. We're on Angel Mary. Hello, Angel Mary. All right.
Hi, Angel Mary. Those are nice.
Oh, yeah. Here.
What's coming my way in romance, and when?
All right.
I guess the rainy day's making me a little sleepy.
I don't know, whenever a front fall comes through like that with rain, I get really tired too. I've been feeling kind of dragged. I did go to chair yoga though. Earlier today. Alright, one more. Oops. Shuffling even. Good grief. Alright.
Hey, Kara.
Hey, Kara. First card is Judgment reversed. Second card is the Three of Wands, upright. And the third card is the World reversed.
In the Lenormand, the first card is the Book. And the second card is the Moon.
I know you asked when. Not seeing a lot that would tell me when here. I do have two major arcana cards, and not sure about that. It seems like it might be a little bit off yet, but you're asking who's coming your way. If I looked at these cards for who is coming your way, it could be someone who is at a distance from you. I don't know why I'm feeling that way with the Three of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get that?
A
And
little bit, yep.
I do feel that this person, I'm just going with what I see here and feel with the cards, and I do feel like, yeah, that they might be a distance away, and they may not even, it almost makes me wonder, Angel Mary, if they're not even here yet, But the book makes me feel there's something to do with studies or academia. They could be a teacher, they could be a researcher. I just sort of feel, I think there's a romance happening, that will be coming that has to do with somebody who is, I don't want to say works in a library, but I mean it could be, somebody who works with research.
Well, I'm almost wondering too that maybe they don't expect to be coming here, but something sort of gets them coming here. So maybe they're in a country and this is where they end up because of the job or the career might place them. And I'm sort of feeling that just from the combination of cards with the Three of Wands and the World and the Judgment card, that maybe, it's a choice that they wouldn't have necessarily made, but they're doing it. It's not the choice they made, but they're going to make the best of it. They're going to try to make the best of it. They're going to try to find success. And I agree with Banshee that either they're a teacher, an educator, maybe they're in information sciences of some sort. So I think that's kind of the who. I'm not getting a clear idea of when,
I'll use my timing cards.
Other than the fact that I do think it's like they haven't arrived here yet.
And I think with that Judgment card too here is that maybe they've been balking at making this move or transition a little bit. Or there's been some others that might be holding it up. That's sort of maybe
red tape or something,
what I'm thinking there. Let me get these timing cards and see what we might get there. Okay. Wow. My hands are all thumbs today. I don't know why. All right.
I'm yawning like crazy.
Well, let's do this first. I don't think it matters what order sometimes.
Stop ruminating over the past that's limiting your movement forward. No time can be determined right now.
So it's either indeterminate or
5 months.
I do think this is a little ways off yet, which is interesting. But I think they may be coming, and they're maybe on their way. And, you just got to be ready and be open. I think this card just might be saying, just be open to something new coming your way. It sounds like 5 months, or it could be maybe sooner, but I just had this feeling with some of the cards we had here, with the World reversed and with Judgment reversed, that it's not going to happen super soon.
Well, it could be, 3 to 5 months, something like that. I sort of get the feeling like it might be timed more towards the school season, too.
Okay. All right, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Mr. Maurice is up.
Right.
Hey, you're very welcome, Angel Mary. Uh-oh. My wand just rolled off.
I'll get it.
Right.
Worry not.
Worry not.
Worry not.
I see it.
Where?
It's like right against this thing.
Got it.
Yep. Thank you. And we're on Mr. M. What do the cards see coming towards me in the next 3 weeks? Okay. It's your deck, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Got it. Where's your name, Mary? You're right before Kara on the list. Oh, you see it. I'm just watching your hand shuffle by Sunny's feet there with the Cat People Tarot. What, Sunny?
All right. So your first card is Major Arcana 6, the Lovers.
Okay.
This is followed by the reversed King of Swords. And then the upright Five of Swords.
What the heck? That's the
Wow.
second time you have pulled the Five of Swords.
I know, that was a different deck though.
I know.
Then in Lenormand we have the Mountain and the Tree. Okay.
Holy moly, Mr. M. What's going on here? 2 of my least favorite sword cards are in this reading. You know, I never like the Five of Swords. Five of Swords is just conflict and arguments and disagreements. And then, lo and behold, there's the King of Swords. The King of Swords is somebody who cannot control their anger. And when they lash out, it can get kind of ugly. And it just, seeing these two together is kind of worrisome for me. So, you know, I just wonder if this is saying here, you know, you have to choose to be the better person. You have to choose to be the person who, you know, even if confronted by somebody who is really angry, hostile, doing something that's really underhanded, you know, you've got to maintain your own integrity and sense of self here. You have to do the right thing. You have to do the ethical things. And ultimately, I don't know, this 3 weeks. I mean, and you know what? I have to tell you, Mr. M, I just heard from Violet Lotus earlier that Mercury is going to be going retrograde in the next few weeks. So maybe, you know, some of this is related to a communication issue because, of course, swords can be about that too. So verbal arguments, you know, and sparring and brutal words. You know, the tree and the mountain just indicates to me that this kind of stuff will prove to be obstacles for you in your path towards growth, you know. Growth may be blocked or you may have trouble moving forward, you know, until you resolve whatever this is about.
It might be to consider that maybe this is about some sort of relationship in your life, not necessarily a primary one, but any relationship. But I don't think it is either. Banshee didn't either, but I do feel like there's something here that sort of amounts to things going on that are argumentative, and maybe there's a little bit of a power over kind of struggle going on. So it could be within any kind of relationship, a dynamic with a coworker or with a neighbor even for that matter. So I sort of feel like that's just coming to a head over the next few weeks. But I think Banshee's point about, you know, letting a cooler head prevail or making a better choice. Ultimately, the Lover's upright is about making the best choice,
Right.
whether it is in love or anything. It's about seeing your way to doing that. So I just have to think that this just sort of indicates maybe a little bit of friction in interpersonal relationships or with situations that are, you know, bound to just aggravate you because maybe decisions going against you or
That's a good
unexpected
point
decisions
too,
even.
Mr. M. I have to say that maybe this anger, this irritation is about a judgment or a decision that comes down too, that is not in your favor, that does seem to be unfair. You know, I can't rule that out either. So, yikes. You know, you really are trying to move forward through this. But, you know, there are obstacles. There are obstacles.
It's weird how it kind of feels like this is sort of a little bit of a karma thing for you, not because you need to learn a karma, but just that it's an expression of karma that, that despite everything, no matter what it's really about, it's allowing for a chance of personal growth for maybe you to kind of step back before you take an action and look at it and say, you know, should I do that or not? You know, understanding a little bit more the consequences of your actions. I don't necessarily feel this is about you acting out in anger. I don't feel that from you ever usually. So it just might be the kind of thing that maybe it's how you are angry on your own terms. You know, like when you get angry, maybe, you know, it's not something other people would say, oh, that's angry, you know, but it is for you, you know.
Well, it could be a harsh judgment or criticism, and I mean, it could escalate. That's the worry about that
That's
part.
true, yeah.
And so, you know, whatever it is, you don't want it to heat up and escalate too far, really. Because, you know, you just got to do the right thing. That's all. If nobody else will. So, holy cow, I don't know what this could be, but, geez, do be careful with your interpersonal relations and how you communicate with others. You know, it could make a difference here. So good luck with that.
All right, Mr. M. And Dazzling says she didn't get the notification, so I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened
Wonder
there.
what happened there. Oopsie. Well, you're here and you're on the list, so no worries. Violet Ann, you are up.
Hi, Violet Ann. My coworker, who happens to have a similar name to you, went with her one of her parents to that new restaurant that we like to go to.
Oh,
Yeah, and they liked it.
cool. Okay.
It's funny
All right.
because they recommended it to me, but they recommended it to me not from ever having gone. They knew about it, I guess, so they knew it was a nice
Okay.
restaurant.
That's cool.
You do have a temper. Well, you know, you're a Cancer, so I can see that. You know, any sign really has a chance to have a temper, you know. So
Hey, I'm an Aries. We
You're
all
welcome.
know I have a temper. All right.
All right,
Well,
there's Violet Ann, so I'm going to use the star spinner. Anything you can tell me about the person coming in next for long-term love?
okay. Let's see what we can get.
This is...
Oh, isn't it my deck? Because you just...
No.
Did I read? Okay.
No.
Well, why do I have the Lenormand here? And I threw
Because
the
I gave it
mount-
back to you.
And I threw the mountains in the tree. You did not. Canada.
No, I did.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Violet.
Violet, were you watching? We need an expert opinion.
I'm going to shuffle in my deck.
That means I should call Kara,
Because you
right?
drew the 5 of Swords
Kara,
twice.
we need an expert opinion. And
Now
this
you'll
is...
know when I say it. You drew the 5 of Swords for the second time.
I know, but I'm having fun now.
Now he's
We
at
need-
my expense.
We need Kara's expert opinion, and I don't want like 7, 3.
Kara's got the monsters.
Okay, you weird Aries.
All right, let's see what we got. That's right.
Thanks, Mr. Maurice.
What?
But I'm not going to have an argument with her over it.
I know he pulled those swords. I know he did with a different deck. And he even said so at the time.
I may not always be right, but I am never wrong. Okay, I am.
Well, let's see what we got here for Violet Ann. Look at this, Violet Ann. You got this King of Pentacles here. He looks pretty,
Lusty.
lusty. And not only that, you got the Ace of Swords up right here. It's looking pretty good
That's
too.
kind of probing.
And you know what? You got the Sun reversed, but it's not the end of the world.
Never a bad card, they say. Okay, in Lenormand, we get Bear. And we get Tower.
Oh, the Tower? Well, that's really interesting. I almost think the person coming towards you is going to be established in some type of profession or career. It could be corporate because I see the Tower here, you know.
Well, I'm looking at the sword sort of on that one side of it.
The bear, you know, he could be, maybe it's not a big corporation, but he could be running a company of some sort. Or he could be running like a, what am I trying to say? Like a legal practice of some sort. So we also have that Ace of Swords here. It's possible, too, they could be somebody in communications.
Well, if he's not a lawyer, he might be in business of some sort, because I think that's kind of the main energy.
I do too.
With the King of Pentacles. He may be a self-starter, maybe self-empowering, the bear, and maybe it's his own business. So maybe he's successful enough to own his own business. He may not be fabulously wealthy. That's the Sun reverse, though, but maybe he's wealthy enough. So I don't know if that corresponds to anybody you know now, but it sort of looks like somebody who has, at least on their terms, maybe a better sense of a financial success and or career. What are you laughing at?
Nothing. Yeah, and you know, I would say this, that, you know, he may have had some setbacks, some minor setbacks. It might be that, you know, he's, what's the word I want to say? He's not completely done yet. You know, it's kind of like he's still aiming for something, you know, more out of his business or in the business world.
Well, that's the Ace of Swords too, right? He's still challenging the world.
Right, right. So whoever this is, and it could be an earth sign, clearly, I think. I'm looking here and, you know.
A big earthy bear.
A big earthy bear. You know, the bear too is about, you know, not just empowered, but it's also about wealth and finance. So maybe what really this is pointing to is that he does have something to do with maybe the financial industry of some sort. You know, whether he's a stock trader or whether he's, you know, just working in banks, you know, or, you know, he does corporate finance. It could be something like that, I wonder.
Hi, Tidal Wave.
Hey, Tidal Wave. Anything else?
No, I just want to know when it happens, I guess. But you
Yeah,
too.
we do too. Want to know when this is going to happen. But I think this is the next person you're going to get involved with potentially, or will be interested in, as somebody who, you know, wow.
Good luck.
In the material world there. Good luck with that. That would be nice. I hope it's true. Just try to put yourself places you think he might be. All right, and we are on Sherry. Hey, Sherry. Up to Lena. Hi, Lena. All right.
Nobody has asked for one yet, and I hate to have to remind everybody all the time. But we're still offering to spin on the wheel if you haven't won a reading yet. So my deck, eh? Okay, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords.
Is there something you're reading?
I was looking for the question. Is it what's coming towards me?
What's coming in the next 2 weeks.
All right. So the first card is Judgment upright.
Mm-hmm.
The next card is the Hermit upright.
Wow.
So you have 2 major arcana so far. And then another one, but it's reversed. It's the Emperor reversed.
All right, let me give you these.
The Ring.
And look what's back. Interesting with the Hermit.
The Book. Yes. Well, I don't know. It looks like an interesting situation could be coming towards you. Judgment sort of is sort of about you taking a look at yourself and maybe deciding there's something to change, or maybe there's something deeper that you want to explore more within yourself, perhaps. It sort of represents the idea of maybe finding out something that you didn't really realize, or wanting to move towards something that could really change you in a big way. The Hermit is sort of like that too in a way, but it's more inwardly felt. It's inwardly felt, but it's outwardly displayed in some respects. It's a kind of person who maybe has tackled some of the depths of hidden knowledge within themselves, or understandings, and has decided to maybe try to share that if possible with others. The Hermit sort of shows his light or his wisdom. But then we arrive at the Emperor reversed, and the Emperor reversed could be saying, there's some things that are not quite in control. And maybe this is saying what you learn, what are the changes that you are hoping to experience, are not necessarily what you expected. They may be a surprise to you, but they will have value because maybe you didn't realize that you needed to share them somehow with others. And there's our connection with the Emperor reverse, because the Emperor depends upon people to give them good counsel, but they're also kind to those people too. So there's a relationship with some of that. I'll let you catch up.
Well, I got a little different spin on the Emperor here, but I think it fits, because Mr. O is right about this. If things haven't been working in some area of your life, sometimes it's about examining your whole life and what you really are doing, and is it really right for you? Is it time to reawaken something that's been dormant? Is it time for you to just shed an old skin and move into something else? There's a lot of thought here, but it could be also focused on a particular area of your life that needs to change or regenerate in some way. How can you make something better, even that you're working on and you want to continue to work on? The Hermit here is saying, you really need to go within, you really need to examine, do this deeply. When judgment calls anyway, it's not to be taken for granted. It's really to be taken seriously, that something needs to be, either freshened up or, maybe shed from me so that I can transform into something better. But I think you need to really examine and study and go deep and think about this stuff seriously. Because I think what it'll do, the Emperor's here, true, and he's reversed. I think what this is about is this sense of regaining control in some aspect of your life, whether it's business, whether it's relationships, whether it's within you, something within you that needs to change, and that you need to regain control. You feel like things just have gotten out of control and you've got to fix it. You've got to, resolve. You've got to come to terms with it and decide, was there a new direction that's needed or just a little bit of a makeover, excuse me, I like to put it. And when you got the book in the ring here, I mean, this is committing to it, committing to that deep dive. When you're doing research, you're going through the books. Consider your life or this situation, this fragment of your life, the chapter or the book that you're looking at right now, and you need to take a deep dive.
Well, it's almost like the Lenormand and the Tarot really supplement each other very well. Because the idea of the knowledge and or the challenges to yourself or what you know or expect are kind of reflected in the idea of the book, finding out something and really staying committed to that process. Because even if it's something that maybe lessens your control, it's not really going to destroy everything, because knowledge always sets you free. Knowledge always points you towards something else.
Knowledge is power.
And so look for this to happen, or at least the seeds of it to happen within the next couple of weeks.
I know, it seems deep. So I would just say meditate, spend some quiet time, whether walk in the woods or walk by water or sitting by water, just gets you in a state of reflection. Look in a mirror, look in the water, throw rocks in the water and look at the ripples. I'm just trying to tell you, really get yourself in a mindset of thinking deeply about yourself or this situation and what you can do to improve things or where you need to go from here. And I think that sounds like a tall order, but it is saying some quiet time is needed in these next 2 weeks, some time for reflection.
And let us know how it goes.
Yeah, good luck with that. Hi, Jack Deep.
Hi, Jack Deep.
We're still doing Find List-wise, so.
I know that.
Right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
It's your deck then?
Yes, I know. Well, let's see what the likelihood of that is. Mary, let's see.
Mary says, I want to know the current energy between Cancer and I.
Yep.
How does he feel? Is he going to reach out?
My sideways deck, Mr. O. Okay, we have the Page of Cups reversed. Six of Pentacles reversed. Five of Wands upright.
Then there's the Lady, which could be you or could be a person. And the Clover.
Oh. Well, that's hopeful.
Yeah, I think so.
It just seems like there may be some disappointments or some missed communications, between the Cancer and you. It just seems as though there's some disappointment in either messages not received or coming through. That's like the first card here, Mary. So that's why I'm a little concerned about that. And I kind of wonder here, when I saw that card, I was thinking to myself, are they waiting to hear from you? Is the Cancer waiting to hear from you? Because the Six of Pentacles is reversed, and it's kind of like the card of give and take. Maybe this person wants you to make a move, to contact them. I'll stop there. I got some on
Yeah,
next
I like
one.
that. I think Banshee's right there. I think there is maybe a sense of uncertainty with them, and sometimes Cancers are like that. I'm just going to say that sometimes Cancers would rather somebody else be the more assertive person. I've known this to be true in a number of cases personally, but I don't want to say that blanketly of all Cancers, but I do feel that could be what's at play here. But then there's a wild card, which
It is a wild card.
It is indeed a wild card. It's the Five of Wands.
know.
And it almost makes me suggest that maybe, although there may be a sense of uncertainty of maybe wanting you to be more assertive, there's also a sense too that they're drawn to maybe some other things. Maybe there's competition for you, or maybe there's other things that are drawing their attention. If they're not actual possible rivals, they could just be other situations that the person maybe feels more drawn to for some reason, this Cancer person.
Well, that's interesting. So you're suggesting there's somebody else who might be...
It could be more in thought, maybe. I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I'm not totally picking that up. I wondered about this card myself. And I almost thought, in terms of what you're asking to, what's next, what's the current energy, how does he feel? I don't know. Is he playing a little game here with this? I'm not really sure. It just seems as though I think he wants to engage. That's another thing when I see the Five of Wands. I think to myself, well, I think he wants to engage, but is he holding back because he just wants to see your reaction if you're going to contact, him?
Well, another thought that occurs to me is that maybe if he's holding back, maybe it's because he feels you have more options and that you might be not as interested in him because maybe he feels you're being more competitive.
I almost feel like something is going to shift here, though, and probably to your benefit, Mary,
Yeah.
because the clover's here. I mean, the clover's here to say, you're going to have a positive turn of luck in the situation with the Cancer. It may take a little bit to play out here. I'm not ruling out that there's not going to be a little bit of a disappointment or maybe impatience that you're feeling. Maybe too, this Page of Cups is saying, I thought about that too, is the Page of Cups the Cancer right now, you know? And if the Page of Cups is representing the Cancer, I almost feel like they're just really distracted right now. Their mind is in a lot of different places. They're not thinking very clearly. And like I said, maybe, they want to hear from you. Or maybe they think they're waiting to hear from you. I'm not sure. But I have a feeling engaging in some way with each other is part of the equation. Now, with the Five, I have to remind you that can be healthy or that can be kind of argumentative. I guess it depends on the two of you, but there is definitely engagement. And there is luck. So I do think this is all going to work itself out. I'm hoping.
Sometimes I feel like maybe what the cards could be saying too is that if it wouldn't be bad if you tried to reach out if you haven't already. That maybe they're just thinking you have to do it, or maybe it just has to be done. So,
it's possible, because Clover is also about synchronicity. And so, to me, it's possible that maybe you or him, or the Cancer at some point, one of you will contact the other at just the right time, So I sort of think that it will happen. I wish you luck with that.
All right, good luck.
I feel some positive energy there, amidst some, kind of cards.
Well, the 5 is going to be energy and movement. It will.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Who's up? Is it Kara?
And Kara would like a spin.
Okay. Well, Kara.
He heard that.
I almost think you had this before. I'm not sure. Hey, Ray, it's strength. You are a strong one, but you did not win a free reading this time. Good luck, Kara, next time.
So is it my deck, right?
Oh, okay, Mary.
Okay.
I hope it resonates.
So, Kara, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Northern Shadows. I know you won't disapprove.
So what does the ancestors think? Why is it important? Want to do that one? Yeah, the kitty feet have been there just about the whole time.
He's a big baby.
He's one big baby, that's right.
Those feet are actually pretty big.
Somebody was apparently at our Weird Week show video, and at the end of that one, Sonny jumps on the table, and they commented on that. So I love the cat jumping in at the end, and yeah.
I had to coax him because we were working upstairs in the library, and it's a table that they don't always jump on when we're filming there.
We figured we were done, so we let him come up.
All right, Kara. So the first card is the reversed 10 of Wands.
So
I like it.
What do the ancestors know and think about this situation? Well, I'm having with a person. Well, Kara, the 10 of Wands, and it's reversed here. The ancestors are saying, hey, if this has been a burden to you, let it go. Or if you need somebody's actual advice on the matter, hey, tune in with us. Or, find somebody you can talk to about this situation and get some help. But it just seems as though this is something, if it's a burden, they might also be saying that maybe things will smooth over. I want to look at the rest of the cards, though, before I give a final answer on that.
Okay, so we're just running them straight, right?
Yeah, do you want to add to that?
I think you nailed it pretty well. I think that the ancestors say this is a time to release that situation.
So why is that important?
The reversed Page of Discs. Well, it could be it's important because it limits your ability to expand in the areas the way you want to, whether it's really about educational things or whether it's about other things. If you're trying to build something else, this may be a standing in your way, the situation. It may not be that it's the actual person standing in the way, but the amount of energy or involvement that you have to give towards that prevents you from working on yourself, doing the things you should be doing.
Thank you. And I think, too, that this might be saying it might be just a little unhealthy for you. This
Okay.
person may have, maybe a little bit, I don't know. They just don't seem to be in the right mindset. They just seem to have, issues focusing, or they focus on the wrong things, and they could be a real drag. I almost think they could just be a real drag.
They have possibly an abstract form of thinking that doesn't really help anybody. That maybe I won't say they're crazy, but I mean maybe they have little hints of just not totally connected right.
So basically your ancestors said, okay, release this if it's a burden. Why is this important? Because they're really not that valuable to you. They're really not that good, maybe of a person to associate with. That's all, that it doesn't serve you well. And so where is this headed? Did I shuffle these at all? Oopsie.
No, you did not. Where it's headed. Four of Swords. I think you're going to retreat a little bit from this person. You're going to look at the situation, back off. You might even go into hiding. I don't know. You know, this sort of looks like, I'm not going to say there's a danger element, but there's something that you sort of just don't really want to be involved with.
Are you going to ghost someone?
Ghost them. Ghost them now.
I don't know, but it just seems like you're going to be, you know, looking more after you, and that's where things should be heading. Is, you know, to, especially if this person has caused like some hurt feelings, you know, maybe it's just time to restore yourself and re-energize and not allow this burden to bring you down. Let's see what the Lenormand has to say.
All right.
Whoa. Almost.
3 out of 3 psychics say ghost him, Kara.
Oh my gosh. Mr. O.
The ghost ship. The ghost house. Okay,
Well,
they're not the ghost ship in the ghost house.
For your own comfort and security, it's time to take that little voyage away. You know, to kind of move on.
Yeah, because it's really maybe even more than just releasing them as a burden. They may have something else going on that really you probably want to move away from.
Yeah, I think you'd be
that.
more comfortable if you just like kind of, you know, even if it's a slow process, you know, you don't have to just dump somebody. You don't have to just ghost them. I mean, you could just slowly start talking to them less, start, you know, slowing down on the answering of messages if they're coming in.
Tell them that was really your twin sister and you don't know how they got a hold of your account. But you know, you don't know
Oh
who
gosh.
you know.
Mr. O, all full of scorpionic ideas here. So, but that's what we have for you. That's an interesting reading, I have to say. Well, good luck with that.
All right, Mary, thanks for that feedback too. I noticed that you were reading that, so thank you. Appreciate that.
Well,
Now,
should we give Mary a spin? She has asked.
yeah, we'll give you a spin
give you
too.
a spin.
Absolutely.
Why don't you spin it, Mr. O?
All right.
I spin
Cross your
the
fingers,
list.
Mary. Here goes. Sound effects provided by Mr. O.
It's the Hermit this time, right next
All
to
right.
Strength. Nope, sorry.
Maybe next time.
Hey, and didn't you have was that the Hermit in Mary's reading?
Yeah, I think it was.
And you got the Hermit on the wheel, so I think that's interesting. And oh no, that was for Sherry. That was
That's
for
right.
Sherry.
We got that
Never
wrong.
mind.
Okay.
Ignore me.
All right, so
But the Hermit's all about wisdom.
you guys are welcome. And Dazzling is up.
Hey, Dazzling. Give me that wand. What are you doing with my wand? What are you doing? Sonny. Silly boy. Oh, silly boy. And yes, Violet, Sonny is a mama's boy. He is.
Oh, brother.
Okay, Lena will want to spin on her turn.
Yes.
Dazzling, do you want to spin of the wheel?
All right. Same for Jack Deep too? Okay.
I don't see Dazzling Empress.
Did Dazzling leave their question? Oh, we lost the chat too. Some of the chat has disappeared on my end.
Oh, Sonny looks so cute in camera right now.
I except for that part.
Yeah, oh dear. Excuse the, gosh, Sonny, have you no shame? I was gonna block you.
So Dazzling
Sonny.
disappeared on us. Dazzling ghosted us.
Dazzling.
Dazzling ghosted us.
No. Oh boy. Well, countdown. We might be generous if they come back. It's not a big list left.
Yeah, that's true. They'll come back and it's not a big list. 8, 9, 6, 5, 2, something.
Okay.
It's a race to the bottom.
We're moving on to, is it tidal wave? I think.
I think it's tidal wave.
Kara.
It is tidal wave. Do you want to spin too? Yes, you do. All right, it's your turn to spin the wheel for tidal wave.
Oh, it's the Hanged Man.
Hanged Man.
So keep hanging out with us and maybe you'll have a second chance. All right.
All right, so they're asking about the connection with S. It's going to be your deck.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I just wanted to be sure. It looks like it looks like it's the Five of Wands, but I'm not sure. Or is it the Hierophant?
I believe it is the Five of Wands.
It is the Five of Wands.
Because I do see wands there. They're a little bit flamey and smaller. But yeah, there is 5 of them. I counted them all, tidal wave. I'll have you know that. So it is the Five of Wands reversed.
This deck.
So, and you're asking about your connection with S, of course. And then that is...
I think it's the Empress.
This one is the Empress.
Yeah.
Yes. Aw, look at that.
The Empress was reversed.
The Empress is reversed. Oh, it's a little
And then we have the
cocker
Nine of Pentacles upright.
All right. So you asked, what do you need to know about the connection with S? I'm going to talk about these first before I lay out my Lenormand.
Okay.
But it's kind of interesting because they may be, this may be, the connection itself may be something that really has a bit of, I'll say combativeness, a bit of like really uber competition, like maybe there's really some things that each of you want for yourselves or that you find are things that trigger each other kind of thing. The Empress reversed, maybe when you're through with them for the moment, you feel like getting in the bathtub and soaking it away, taking care of yourself. But it's the Nine of Pentacles here, and it says ultimately you probably feel like you have more grounding in what the situation is, that the sense of you understand they have this kind of antsy or combative nature about them. So you sort of understand that and you feel you're okay with that in a certain level. Here's what I had in the Lenormand tidal wave. I had the mice, and it's being influenced by the flowers. So that's like the bouquet, right?
It's number 8.
9.
Oh, 9. Yes, that is the bouquet. I'm sorry.
Okay.
8 is something
So
entirely different.
I'm going to wait on that because I want her to catch up with the tarot. They are cute.
Well, I might just end up there. I'm glad you put those out there because, of course, the 5 of Wands reminds me about the mice here. You know, the 5 of Wands indicates that there may be, like Mr. Osad, a little bit of combativeness, a little bit of disagreements on, you know, certain things. I think that maybe there may be a few compatibility issues. There is, you know, there's this need though for you, and maybe even for this other person, but there's this need for everybody to operate out of more of a place of love and caring for one another. You know, we can't forget that the Empress is about that. So I sort of feel that here strongly. And the 9 of Pentacles indicates, well, it is kind of an interesting card here. It's almost as if, you know, because also the 9 of Pentacles is very solitary, you know. Just trying to figure it out. I almost feel as though, you know, this is saying that really both, maybe S needs to feel more comfortable with their own feelings and their own self right now, and maybe they need to determine the value of the connection you have with them. You know, maybe that could be what this is talking about here. Or vice versa, that maybe even you're trying to sort that out yourself. The flowers and the mice is interesting to me. There's great joy, you know, and happiness here, or rewards with this connection, but not without some tension and some stress. And I think here, you know, some differences may have to be worked out, some power issues maybe, you know, trying to equal things out and be more in harmony with each other.
Hi, Samuel. I'm going to go back here to this one because I liked what Banshee said about that 9 of Pentacles, and I think we're relating it to the idea of what your connection is with S. And so I think that this could also be saying too that this is about them maybe in a way too, that even though they have this sort of banterish or competitive aspect, they also can kind of recede into their own sense of peace. And so it almost feels like
True.
they, not exactly that they're playing a game, but there is sort of a dance going on between you guys, that maybe the connection is a dance of sorts. But ultimately, I think you do want to pay attention to how it makes you feel and what you want to do afterwards. And I do feel like this connection is a paradox in a way, because it does have a sense of bringing you some joy or happiness. But then there's also these things that are irritating, or occasionally even more than irritating.
So in my sense, I would just say approach your issues with love, you know, with care for each other, and that, you know, you want to grow and develop something beautiful, you know, together, whatever this is, you know, whether it's relationship, business, whatever. And, you know, you should be able to overcome this, because to me, seeing the mice here is actually a bit of a positive with this. It may indicate to me that these are just short-term struggles, that maybe, you know, you'll be able to get through this. So I'm going to leave it at that, I think.
All right, then. Yeah, I think so, too.
And Lena's up, and Lena wanted a spin, Mr. O. I think you spin.
All right.
Ready?
And this is for a chance at a free reading that we're giving away. And not this time.
Strength again.
Strength again.
All right.
And Lena wanted a spirit reading. I'm going to use the Tarot of the Animal Lords again.
So again, Lena, you didn't win, but we're still doing this till the end of the month. Ah, okay.
Okay.
You are very welcome. I am sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. Hello, Sunman. Hello, Sunny. Have a seat. Aww.
Hello, son.
Spirit reading for Lena.
Okay.
First card is the Nine of Cups, and it's upright. The second card is the Queen of Pentacles, and she's upright. And then our last card for you is the reversed Three of Pentacles.
Wow. Oh.
So then Banshee has pulled the letter from Lenormand, and followed by the key.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Spirit reader.
Wow. Well, spirit reading, spirit is saying, you really have what it takes to achieve what you desire, Lena. Spirit wants you to know that. I look at these two combination of cards here, the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, and that indicates your goals should be within reach, and Spirit wants to see you use your talents, your skills, whatever they may be, your attractiveness, depending on what it is you're trying to manifest right now in order to, achieve your desires. The Three of Pentacles here just indicates to me that, well, that's a tough one. Maybe I should let you go. Why don't I let you go?
I think what the Three of Pentacles says in this context is that all this success in where you're going, or this ability to manifest, won't really require you to work with other people, that you may have pulled yourself away from people who were not as efficient in helping you, or didn't really have your goals in mind, or didn't make good partners for some other reason. And so this is saying that this is very much a solitary kind of thing for you, what you've been able to do. And I kind of just throwing my own idea in here, that with this Queen of Pentacles, I see a Capricornian kind of energy represented in the card, due to, of course, this, cowish, bullish figure there. And I feel like that's the epitome of what I said here, self-made person, a person who can do things for themselves. So I think Spirit is saying you're going to find really strong ways to manifest what you want, and that maybe the plans that you do it are really your own. Did that help?
Well, bam on that. Yeah, no, really. I do think that whatever this is, you have to pull it out from within yourself, to manifest your dreams, desires, etc. It's coming from you. It's coming from you, but you have a bounty of, knowledge and wisdom and talents that you can utilize here. And also caring for others too. If this is about even, a relationship or anything like that, Spirit wants you to know too that you are ready to, be a good mother, even be, be a good partner. I think here too, the key and the letter is indicating to me that I almost feel like you're going to get some news somehow. Sometimes the letter is, of course, in writing, but I am not sure I'm going to say that that's the way it's going to come. It may be news from somebody or some place that is going to really inform you and make you realize that you can now move forward with your dreams, goals, and desires.
Right. It's about the manifestation. And it may be saying really that however this news arrives, that something has kind of come into view, the key to you working this out. That somehow the key has fallen into your hands and that you are able to affect this.
If it wasn't a written sense, I would also say that the key might be for you to start really planning out your moves, your next moves forward. Write it out. The letter can be about documents and writing. And so I would say maybe the key too is to really start planning and plotting and writing it. Even if it's affirmations, about work or about attracting love in your life, write it out. That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
And I see Jano has joined us. Hey, Jano.
Hey, Jano.
And we are still working on your reading. We haven't quite gotten it done yet.
We had a major setback yesterday when we were going to do
power
it.
outage.
There were no storms or anything, but our power went out for like 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Totally blew our day away. It was crazy.
And
today we had storms and we didn't lose power.
Well, and then there were just other things going on. I was working, stuff like that. But we are doing your reading, so don't worry.
Yes, there may be a little bit of a surprise there for you.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
All right. So Jagdeep is up, and Jagdeep has asked us, what are Hermione's current feelings for them?
Okay.
And I'm going to use Star Spinner. Wow, no kidding. 20 hours? Crap.
Oh, no.
Did you have to pitch some food from your fridge?
That is sad.
That's what we were worried about. We were
Oh,
lucky.
you know what? It's my deck, but I'll let you go.
Oh, okay.
Because I pulled the cards we had.
Okay, but we time traveled and it didn't really happen.
You just keep wanting to use the Star Spinner. And last time this happened, you wanted to use the Star Spinner too.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Oh, wow. That's horrible, though. That's sad. Ooh.
I see.
It's my worst
okay,
fear
wow.
in summer or winter is to lose power.
Yeah, ours was only a few hours, so we didn't lose anything. We just kept the fridge closed. That's too bad.
Yeah, we opened
but
it
I'm
real
glad it was
quick
just milk.
and once, and that was it.
I'm glad it was just milk. That's cool. That's cool. Sonny's hairs are tickling my nose. They're flying all over the place.
You deserve it, stealing my cards.
All right.
Yeah, if Jano, you want a reading, we can add you to the list.
Of course you are. Adding. So, Hermione's current feelings for you, Jagdeep. The first card is the reversed Three of Wands. It's followed by the Four of Cups, which is upright. And then another 4, but it's the Emperor, Major Arcana 4.
And that's upright?
And that is upright.
Well,
the Rod, Violet, and the Mountain.
It's complicated, Jagdeep.
It is complicated.
It seems like Hermione is a very, controlled person or controlling person. Not necessarily in a bad way. It seems like they're trying to, they're really more thinking about their own self and their own control right now. I look at these cards here and I think, right here when I see the Three of Wands reversed, I'm wondering here if they are thinking very much of you right now, that maybe there's nothing here. There's no plans. There's no nothing. Excuse me, happening. And then that's the cups, right? Chalices.
4 cups.
Yeah, the 4 of Cups. And then it's kind of like they may be looking at some other things right now in their lives, the life that's happening for them. Kind of looking at it that way.
I think that the combination of the 3 of Wands reversed and the 4 of Cups seems to indicate that to some degree they're not thinking of plans that might include you. They're not thinking about you necessarily, or if they are thinking about you, they're not thinking about you in any realistic, determined manner. They may be thinking of a few other people right now. They may be thinking of other situations.
Sometimes the 4 of Cups upright indicates someone who is just so, kind of pulls back from things, They're taking a break, but are they really doing anything constructive? Or are they just sitting back and letting things go by? So that's why I'm thinking here, I'm kind of taking that attitude with that card, along with that 3 of Wands to say, really, they're not doing much thinking right now about, things.
And that could be true.
Wonder. And they need to really kind of get a little bit more control, get back into, kind of a routine again. It seems like they're out of sorts.
Well, these cards kind of play into that because sometimes I think that the Emperor is the kind of person that needs to hear from people. They need to base their opinions on how they interact with other people. These people may be people that they have control over, but they may also be people that are semi-close to them in other respects, i.e., good for advice. So I think this is a card of saying that maybe somebody needs to kind of break their shell here, that maybe Hermione sort of has pulled themselves into an area where nobody can easily get in. Maybe there's nobody that is able to get a stimuli into Hermione right now. Maybe they're removed themselves because they're not thinking about relationships at all. Maybe they're thinking about studies, or maybe they're thinking about career, or maybe they're thinking about helping other people out for other reasons. There could be something else going on that keeps them from sort of having consideration.
Well, and I'll tell you why I also think that is because of the mountains and the rod here. I feel as though there's just nothing happening. There's obstacles, in this whole idea of, them thinking they're blocked. They're not even trying to think about it. And it might be because, maybe of arguments or bitterness or, something like that. The rod can be with negative cards, because these are both kind of, hot cards in a way in the Lenormand. The mountain just meaning obstacles and things in the way. And it's like arguments or just bitter feelings, maybe anger, that is keeping them from thinking about you.
Well, if they work through their problems, the mountain's obstacles, they may find that they're at a point where they now suddenly have to make decisions or choices or make movements in a quicker way. So it is possible that the idea of the mountains is kind of a way that they can kind of, keep people or situations not as close to them, so they can say, I need more time to think about things. I'm dealing with other situations right now.
Yeah, and that's possibly true. The mountains are a barrier, they're blocking them. So there are other things that that Hermione may be trying to work through, and they may be frustrating. So I will say that. So it just seems as though there's not a lot going on there, to be honest with you. I just have to say that.
So that's what we think, that there's not a lot going on.
So sorry about that, Jack D.
We'll see you some other time. Slow in actions.
Okay.
Well, so maybe all is not let loose, but it just seems like it's going to be more on her end of it. All right, Dazzling is up. Hi, Dazzling.
Oh, Dazzling came back?
Yep. And they're next. Samuel and Jano are after, and we are done.
Okay.
Okay, so that's pretty specific, all right. What do you got?
Well, I got a deck.
You're welcome, Jack Deep. Good luck. I think Violet told us that Dazzling wanted to spin. Is that true?
Oh, did Dazzling want to spin? Whoops. Is it my spin?
All right.
Oh, you were so close. It's on Judgment. The World was the next one. So you did not win a free reading. Sorry. You were the closest one today.
I think Jano was talking to Dazzling. I see, and then Dazzling answered. Oh, cool.
Okay. I'm glad you're keeping up so well there. Shuffle. Well, we got the Queen of Wands upright. Oh. Talk about your push-pull.
The Hermit.
Oh, and then we have the Knight of Wands reversed. Well, that is definitely, well, you know, if you look at the traditional tarot, oftentimes in this day and age, we don't like to ascribe, you know, color of hair, physical features, and things to cards anymore. But traditionally, this would be blonde and blue-eyed, would it not?
Or even red-haired.
Or even red-haired, yeah. So I would just say that.
Well, you got a Queen of Wands there too, which is also that light-haired, fiery. But what, like Banshee says, we don't necessarily feel we're beholden to that with the court cards like it used to be that way. We kind of are flexible.
If I just focus this reading, hold on a minute.
Yeah, that's a bad boy. The Knight of Wands reversed.
Oh gosh. If I just focus this reading on this guy and will he treat you well, well, let's look at it this way. Okay. I have a feeling here that this person is very, very social. And they really like to be out there and, you know, get a lot of attention. They're very attention seeking. They do have a very, very quiet, mysterious part to them, though, I think. I think they have a very big quiet side here. And so you get a little bit of both with this person. What? Now what? Why'd you do that? Oh, it's Lenormand. So it's the writer and... Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
why didn't you put those out?
I know.
It
why
would have
didn't I?
helped me.
Well, will it help you now?
Yes.
The Rider. Rider. And the Fox.
So the one thing about this knight reversed, unfortunately, is that he can be a bit aggressive. And he can be a little bit, you know, you want to move fast. You know, so be wary of that. I think here, will he treat you well? Well, I don't know. I almost think like this person, you know, and, you know, it's not going to be the person you necessarily have to end up with, but it might be one of the first people you're going to meet and get interested in out there. They're very much a looker. Let's just say that. because the fox is here, and that's like somebody using their charms, their beauty to try to, enthrall
Which ties
someone.
that into the Queen of Wands,
Yes.
the highly
100%.
charismatic person.
So they're very charismatic, but with that could come some ego, could come some arrogance, could some wanting to move fast. And the writers here as well, and speaking of movement, that's it. He's going to want to move things along quickly, and you really need to keep your eyes wide open on this one because, they seem to be very attracted also to their social scene.
I think they are young and exciting in the way that all young people can be exciting, perhaps. But I think that, despite the fact that maybe they want to live an attractive, cool life, there is a deeper side to them. And so,
there is.
And so what will ultimately impress them going forward in a long-range kind of way would be a person who matches those interests with them. Somebody who has deeper qualities that they will come to respect. But yeah, I think it's possible you'll meet this person. Maybe they won't be exactly the dark-haired, blue-eyed beauty, but they will be somebody captivating to you.
Well, it'll be interesting, if they can kind of learn to chill a little bit more and not try to push things, maybe they might be worthwhile. But I'd be careful because they are so attractive that if they get too, this is positive. This is generally positive, the Queen upright. But in combination with the fox, I'm just a little bit, they're handsome and they know it and they're going to use it. So just be wary of this one. But I think also they have a very, very deep side, like Mr. O said. I don't know if they'll be interested in things like the occult or metaphysics, stuff like that.
Just the seriousness.
But there's a seriousness about them, and that they look at life maybe through a deeper lens than you might give them credit for.
Well,
so there's something under the surface there.
It could also be saying, considering what you said there a moment ago, is that although they're physically attractive, maybe they don't attract a lot of other women because of this serious side of them too, like they just sort of present that philosophical side.
That's an interesting thought.
Just a thought.
So that's what we have for you. Hey, good luck with that.
All right.
So when is this move going to take place?
Yes. Good luck.
Well,
Dazzling.
I hope you find what you are looking for. Absolutely. Good luck with that. And so are we on Samuel?
So Samuel, if you are here, 2 questions. What kind of reading do you want? And also, do you want to spin on our wheel to get a chance at a free reading? And the free readings are a video recording. We'll give you the link to a private reading on YouTube, and we'll get back to you and tell you, hi
Samuel,
what your options are for readings. If you win.
It'll be your spin if they want one.
All right, spin and career reading for
Okay.
Samuel. All right, here we go then. The Wheel of Fortune says...
Oh, the Tower.
Not this time.
Nope, not this time.
All right,
Better
career
luck next
reading.
time.
Is it going to be my deck?
Yes, because I've got the Lenormand in hand.
All right,
Mr.
so I'm going to
O.
use the Tarot of the Cat People. And as we approach the weekend, just going to remind everybody to watch our weekend shows, like my show, The Emotional Exchanges, which is on Fridays at 7 a.m. Also, Happy Hour, 10 a.m. on Saturdays. And then Banshee's show, The Material Matters, 10 a.m. on Sunday morning. All right. Those are pre-recorded shows. career reading for Samuel. First card. The Devil reversed. Second card. Ace of Wands upright. Final card. Three of Cups reversed.
Okay. Look what came up again. We've been seeing that a lot today.
And we have the Mountain in Lenormand. And the Anchor. All right, did you want to start us off?
Unless you want to.
No, I'll let you if you don't mind. Devil
First,
reverse,
yes, I know
Ace of
that.
Wands, and Three of Cups reverse.
Well, Samuel, it seems as though you might be feeling freer now, or soon, to explore new opportunities for you in your career sector. You know, the Ace of Wands is here, and it could indicate a beginning, you know, a new beginning. That sounds really, really positive.
Three of Cups.
Yeah, Three of Cups, I was just thinking here. But, you know, right now, you know, or, you know, you may have this opportunity to do it, but for some reason, you're not feeling really good about this, and I'm not sure why. Does this Devil reversed indicate to me that maybe you have lost a job, or you're unable to find a job, and you know, that's why you're free and liberated now to explore new options? Because this is just saying you don't feel very celebratory right now. It could possibly be another reason too, and that's with what I see in the Lenormand here. It could be that even though this is a time for you to explore new opportunities, there may be some block, something stopping you right now. But is it outside of you, or is it something inside of you that's holding you back from making a move, you know, in a new direction? Because the anchor, of course, we know what an anchor does. It holds things in place. And you have the mountains, which is about obstacles. And so I feel here, this is saying obstacles are in place right now, which is making it a little bit difficult for you to be here. I'm hoping the Devil reversed is really saying maybe soon you're going to break free from some of these obstacles that have been holding you back and be able to explore some new opportunities that come your way.
There is a little bit of contradictions in the reading in a way, because when I look at the Devil reversed, I feel like this is something that's saying you do want to free yourself from an oppressive job or career situation you're in. You feel trapped by it, and so you want to release yourself from that. That's the Devil reverse, is sort of getting out from under the bad influence, moving possibly towards a new beginning. Wands are about financial things. They're also about networking and growth and career things, friendships even. So it could be saying that maybe you are seeing an opportunity to exploit, or one will be coming to you in terms of career. Maybe it's the kind of career you like to do. Okay. Well, especially is it true though that you're hoping to release yourself from something that's really oppressive. I think that's the flow of the first card. But moving to the three.
That could actually be the anchor in the mountains too.
Right, and I wanted to draw an idea that the anchor did sort of link itself to the Devil too. The idea that there were things that were holding you back and maybe created more struggles for you. Maybe your path isn't so clear until you can figure out how to release that thing that holds you there. And,
so yeah, what about that for you?
And maybe the thing that holds you there is there are friendships or emotional things that you like there. Maybe you like the people there, but you don't like the work, you don't like the managers, something like that. Or you feel that there is something emotionally that pleases you, or maybe it has changed too. That's the other thing too, is that the Three of Cups reverse could be talking about a good thing that went wrong emotionally.
You know, I'm getting a clearer picture now, a little bit of where I wanted to go with this, Samuel. I think here, you know, we start off with that Devil reversed, and it really does tie into the Lenormand here, in that, you know, you feel now maybe you're going to be, or you're going to be feeling soon that you are more free to explore opportunities because some of the obstacles that have been in your way may be released. I really do think so. The anchors here, it's not going to be easy. So, you know, you have to clear, you know, the path forward for yourself to explore new opportunities for growth and advancement that are coming in your career sector. What I think with the Three of Wands here is maybe some, or Cups, is maybe some of these obstacles involve your connections or being able to connect with the right people or the right places. This is what has to change, you know. You have to maybe broaden your search, you know, but this is a prime time to find a fresh start. So I think here, if you can overcome this, maybe that's the key, you know, is being able to connect, make meaningful connections, you know, in the type of job you want to do in order to find a place, you know, find a new a career.
Well, the Lenormand that I haven't really talked about a whole lot,
Go
to
ahead.
me, also suggests that maybe the problem for you is that whatever these conditions are that hold you, they hold you there. There's maybe an emotional reason for that. Maybe there are obstacles there that will somehow help you grow, but you have to find a way to release those like that, so that, I know I'm just kind of babbling at this point. It just feels like there's something you have to give up to create a better connection. You know, maybe it's your attitude. I mean, maybe you have to really find aspects of the career you like, or find the career that you do want to like before you can really move in it. You're probably not doing exactly what you want.
All right, well, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that. I hope things work out. I really think seeing the Devil and the Ace of Wands is a very big positive here. I think this is a chance for you to break out maybe and begin something new. So I hope it works out for you. Good luck with that.
Right, and I apologize if it doesn't give you exact ideas, but I think it does show what you're working with, so I hope that gives you something to think about.
Jano, you are up.
And you're welcome then. Hope to see you again. Hey, Jano. And you already won a reading, Jano, that we haven't delivered, so you don't get a spin.
It was a surprise, that's all I'm saying.
But you are getting a surprise. Oh. Not if you sing like me.
Success in my singing in the future. Okay. Well, you are allowed to sing on the show, although we can't really hear you here. Not Mr. O. Sunny, Sunny. Oh my goodness, now you get his butt and tail. Good grief. You're so silly.
I pulled the same line around again. Do you think maybe I didn't shuffle them right?
Well, I don't know. Those came up a reading before the last one, so...
Oh, they weren't in the last one?
No,
Okay.
they were not. We have
You're
the
right,
anchor
you're
in the
right.
mountain.
You're right.
It's okay. But that's interesting. I don't know why that's happening. All right. And hey, haven't I pulled this for someone before as the first card? That was for Violet Ann.
It was reversed.
It was
right?
upright.
Oh, it was. Okay. Yeah, it was. It's the King of Pentacles.
Judgment is reversed.
Judgment reversed.
Uh-oh, and the Eight of Cups is reversed. Well, this is kind of interesting to me, though. I'm not going to take that necessarily as a negative.
In the Lenormand,
But
we got the Rod
Mr. O's got some negatives here.
and the Fox. And of course, the Fox can talk about business things.
Oh, the Fox wasn't with the Rod before. It was not.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay.
No.
What was it?
It was with something else. It was the Rider, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
All right.
at least my memory's working today, Mr. O. So, good grief. All right, so he's in the way, but I do know that there is that King of Pentacles there, which indicates to me that you have the ability, Jano, to turn your talents, to turn things into gold. That's the King of Pentacles here. You just have to put your mind, put your skills to work, and it should work for you technically. That's what the King is saying. What's the second card again?
It's Judgment reversed.
But here's the thing, not everybody's going to climb on board. You have to be able to accept and face some criticism, because criticism will come, being the world we live in. If nothing else, there's always somebody that's going to be critical. So, that's I think the Judgment card is, just be aware that it's not always going to be positivity that you attract through this. And if this is something like you've always done, or you want to pull back from, from your past, I think this might be a good step for you. In other words, maybe you haven't been singing recently and you want to go back and start this up again. I think that might be good for you. I think what this is saying is that you should go back and give this a try. You should do it, because you do have some skills and talents that maybe could, work for you.
Judgment reversed in the context here could be saying that, of course, at your point in life, you obviously have something else to be your career or livelihood other than singing. So this could just represent the idea of taking the other choice, the one that is, the obvious one, the one that is not the obvious one, or any number of other ways there. I do find that the Eight of Cups reversed is indicating that maybe this is something that you should consider doing, because it seems like it's unresolved. The Eight of Cups is a card about movement towards something, but when it's reversed, it could be saying, not so fast. Maybe there's still something there in that past or that recent past that you want to be thinking about or working towards.
So we have what is the first card?
It's
the fox?
the Rod.
Oh, and then the Fox?
And then the Fox.
Well, I think what this is saying in this case is you're going to have to, because the Fox is a funny character, depending on the reading. Fox can also be about being smart, being sharp, being a little bit sneaky, So in other words, I think here you're going to have to try to find a way to be different, to stand out. Think outside the box on how you can utilize his talents and really make your presence felt. The Rod is a sharp movement kind of thing. So really make your presence being felt, because, if you've ever felt a whip, ouch.
It could be saying too that to watch for the opportunities
Yes,
that really will be sudden and swift. So, for example, maybe somewhere in an area you can get to, somebody says, hey, there's a competition for somebody to come and sing a TV jingle for a local station.
Whatever.
We had that in our area.
Yeah,
And,
we just had
you
one,
just have
literally.
to be able to seize opportunities quickly. In this context, the Fox could be talking about that quickness of spirit, that cleverness of the fox too, and also the idea of the allure too. So it's like you hear about something and you're like, I can throw a wardrobe together real quick and do this. It's about seizing an opportunity, and maybe that opportunity really is waiting for you. You just have to reconnect with it.
Just be smart like a fox. Good luck with that. That's what we have for you.
And we want an autographed album if you make it.
That's right. Hey, Violet Lotus, you are up. What do you have up? Whoa. She can steer right out there.
That's so cool,
That's
Jano.
cool. Awesome.
As a failed singer, I can relate.
My question is for Goddess Estrella. What is the best way to achieve more balance and harmony within yourself and your life? 3 cards. Mr. O.
Welcome.
Oh, Witch's Garden.
I
Okay.
know.
Okay. Oh.
I know she doesn't like me.
Oh, listen to him.
It's okay.
I'll
take
buy a Witch's Garden deck.
I'll take my tarot cards and go away.
You're welcome, Jano.
You're welcome, Jano.
Well, if you say you've been doing it all along, then my advice is there's something you used to do in the past that may serve you well now. So go explore and revisit that. And maybe not too distant past. There's something you've left hanging that maybe you should resurrect. Wow, this is so weird. You saw me shuffle a million times here. Now, I've got the King of Pentacles reversed.
Oh.
It's the first card.
Oh,
It has come up in 3 of our readings as the first card. It's crazy. And you said Estrella, right? It's the star. And it's the Page of Cups reversed. Okay.
Well, wait till you see the Lenormand.
Oh.
Storks. And clouds. All right.
Well, okay, so you're asking about balance and harmony and what Estrella thinks about that. Well, the best way to achieve balance and harmony within yourself and your life. Oh, Sonny, I just wish you would not do this to me. So, the King of Pentacles is saying, Estrella says, hope comes, I'm looking at the star too here, hope comes from getting more control over, the things in your life that are taking, causing the imbalances. It's really about, and in this case, I almost feel it's about self-control, being able to be controlled, when things are not working out as they, as you would like. And also keeping an optimistic attitude. In life, sometimes we feel things are going to always remain out of our control. And no, the star being there is saying that is absolutely not true. Your destiny is to be, is to reach for the stars. The Page of Cups being here, to me, is indicating that maybe where you need to gain control is to is to not allow yourself to not allow yourself to have your imagination get the best of you. In other words, an overactive imagination. Imagining the worst, for example, or maybe having too high expectations, whatever the case may be, don't let your imagination get the best of you.
Estrella might counsel you to be more dispassionate, maybe slightly removed. Don't go for the emotional, oh, I love it, oh, I hate it. Go more for like a neutral sense. And the reason I say that also is because when I look at the clouds, Lenormand, I don't see a dark side, a light side. I sort of see a sense of a balance there, and a balance that, it's okay to sometimes understand what the dark side is, understand what the light side is. And so the stork is there to say, this is the new task for you, is to maybe learn to appreciate different facets of that from a more dispassionate sense, like not getting yourself overwhelmed about what you enjoy about something or what you don't enjoy, but trying to appreciate it in a more neutral sense, more objective sense of a sort. And I think you could kind of get that with some of the other cards. Certainly the star, I think, is sort of that arbitrator of that too, in a way too, that the star does beckon us towards a sense of a destiny, but the destiny has to be complete in the sense that everything can never always be all good for everybody. Sometimes we have to understand why things do happen the way they do.
Well, I do kind of see a dark side to the clouds there, and if I'm not mistaken, it is facing the stork, right?
Are you going to go ahead and ruin her reading?
No. She asked what she needs to, Estrella, what she needs for more harmony and balance in her life. And I feel here, the clouds being a card of depression or anxieties or confusion. It's saying here that, you have to, are you confused, depressed, anxious about making a new move, making new beginnings, or even just because you're confused about what that should be? I think here again, that may tie into that Page of Cups reversed a little bit there, that, you need to rein in an overactive imagination and not think the worst of things, or not think that you can't move forward and move in a positive new direction and start something new. The stork is all about change, and so maybe it's saying you need to change up whatever is bringing you that stress and anxiety, whatever it is. And whether it has to do with this lack of
because you
control,
can't manage it. Sometimes you just have to let it happen.
or that you feel things are out of control. Well, that's true too. Sometimes maybe we focus on we must have total control, and that's not always the case either. You got to find that healthy balance as
Estrella
well.
wants you to have that experiential experience, I guess.
But Estrella even showing up here, the stars showing up in this reading,
That's
is
kinda
just
cool.
indicating to me that she's very hopeful, and she wishes you would be too. She wants you to feel that optimism, that idea that you will achieve your destiny. You're destined for it. You've gone through a lot, you have some struggles, but you can pull it together, and you got to change something up though to make it happen. I think that stork there is indicating that to me, definitely. So keep working at it. Estrella is on your side. She's watching. She's here. That's crazy. I can't believe I got that card.
I know, it's pretty cool.
All right. So good luck with that. Work with her energy. Maybe that's it too, Violet. See if you can dig up stuff, and see if you can't find some good workings for her, and do that. Hey, you're very welcome. All right. Hand me my cards, Mr. O. My garden cards. Thank you. Well, we are done.
Yeah.
Hey, and look at that. We are literally right on time. So thanks everybody for a great evening of reading. So some interesting readings tonight. Wow, crazy cards. Sorry nobody won a reading. We'll try again. We've still got a week to go after this one.
We haven't even talked about the other things, right?
We will.
We
I have
will.
to run that by you, as a matter of fact, very soon. All right, everybody. Have a great rest of your evening. Take care. And we hope to see you back here real soon. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.